Why, hello there. Yogizilla here. And I'm doing my Sunday vlog, the Geektastic vlogs. Geek dab dab babbity boo. Geektastic. I don't even know. But yeah, you know, you think that was silly and pointless. That's kind of how I feel about E3. It was just E3 2014. Shenanigans. All about shenanigans. And those lasers as my phone. I like that as a SMS notification sound effect. But anyway, you know, I you know, where do I even start? We geeks like to put each other into boxes sometimes, especially gamers. And I love the whole notion of w- what it takes to be a true gamer or a hardcore gamer. And I would say I'm a pretty hardcore gamer. I'm very passionate about it. I've designed video games, coded them, I've played tons throughout my life since Pong, you know. And I love tabletop gaming too, not just video games. I love game mechanics. I'm really into it. What I'm not into is all these regurgitated games that come out from the big studios, and the console gaming to me has really lost its stride. It started to really gain some traction. I think the 360 and the PS3 era was really like a peak for it. And then everything else is just from right now is not very encouraging. I think it's mainly because we're in that transitionary phase between the consoles, and people are still gonna, develop for quote unquote last gen. But you know, and they're not gonna take advantage of the Xbox One and PS4 power. I understand all of that, but it's just with these big game companies, they play it so safe, because they have to worry about investors, and they want the marketing people to pay attention to them, so they pander a lot. And that's what E3 is. It's for the suits, monkeys in suits, bean counters, the journalists, and maybe the not just hardcore gamers, the obsessive hardcore gamers that just can't get enough content, so they don't mind annualized games that are only marginally better. They don't mind the regurgitated look-alike games. Um, and for them, if more games came out that were all alike, they'd be fine with that. Whereas me, I'm very selective. And that's why I keep coming back to a stable of games that I could always, enjoy and go back to, because at least it's a fresh experience each time for me. Whereas I don't want to play another Call of Duty. I love Assassin's Creed, but I'm burnt out on the series. I'm still trying to beat Revelations and Assassin's Creed 3, and I heard 4 is great, but I don't want to jump ahead. And now Unity is coming out. It's crazy. Battlefield. Let's not even talk about EA. EA's press conference on day zero of E3 was possibly the worst. It did not move me in any way. I love the Battlefield series. I wish EA did not own it. They did Battlefield Hardline, which I like to joke and call it hard on, because some people, the Battlefield fanboys, like the really extremists, are like, you know, practically busting to it. But it's the same old crap. It took the GTA 4 Cops and Robbers mode, sprinkled in some of the Payday 2 kind of stuff in there, but mainly took that and then made it a little grander scale so that it fits Battlefield, and then just threw the name on there. And it looks promising, but I think you skip it. For me, at least. I will. Is someone actually watching this vlog live? Looks like they are. And I'm not even bothering the music. This is just a full-on rant right now. Um, you know, I think Nintendo put on the best show. And we get into this. If you really want to hear all the E3 stuff, check out Gaming Death Podcast. You get them anywhere you can find podcasts. They're also on the Geeky Antics Network, so you can find them on the Geeky Antics Twitch and YouTube. And they are also on iTunes, Stitcher, all that kind of stuff. But episode 99.5 is all about E3 coverage, particularly day 0 and day 1, which are really the main ones you want as far as reveals. Everything else is kind of regurgitating everything and more interviews and whatnot. But they just kept going over the same stuff. Call of Duty. Okay, it looks like Ghost Recon. They took stuff from Graw, they took stuff from Future Soldier, and they took stuff from Crisis. Some people said it looked like Killzone. You know. But anyway, Nintendo, I think, put on the best show. They almost made me want to get a Wii U. I think they played it very smart and played up their strengths. Microsoft did way better than Sony. Of course, the Sony fanboys want to admit that. This is the thing that really burns me up. All the dogging on Microsoft because they did some very poor decisions in the way they handle certain things and the way they represented certain things. But like for example, the whole thing that made people lose faith in the Xbox One was the fact that your used games, there were going to be stipulations about that, and limit things that will limit how you could trade games and play used games and all that stuff. But that stuff has been in play for a long time, and I'm watching Blue. I think she's trying to do something crazy. But you know, this is stuff that other companies are doing, but Microsoft was just transparent about it, and they got dogged for it. They got reamed for it. So they had to do a 180 on it and basically explain themselves, blah blah blah. But if you read EULA, you read terms of service, you read all this legalese, all these game companies, all these these big companies, these mega corporations have all kinds of really tricky verbiage in there that basically essentially says you even though you pay for this stuff, you only pay for the privilege, not the right to play this game on our platform, and we could deny you service, and we basically own your soul. All of them say that. But Microsoft was transparent about their intentions for certain things because the software developers, the publishers as well, were pushing them to do this because they want to make more money. They're tired of losing money. They're becoming like the movie industry and the music industry, which is like, oh, we need to make more money. We need to just, rape and pillage as much as we can. Just nickel and diming people. So they put that in there, and then the people still have that bad taste left in their mouth. So now everything Microsoft did since that was terrible. You have the resolution wars. 1080p versus 720, which let me tell you, most people don't know the difference. I guarantee the average person cannot notice the difference because I've seen it. I've seen it happen every day. And then the frame rate thing, we're getting to these petty things. But anyway, the biggest thing was Kinect and how Microsoft was sticking by it and being loyal to it. Great piece. The technology itself is amazing. They haven't done much with it. They could do so much more with it. It's so much unlocked potential. And some people say it's gimmicky. But on one hand, people are laughing and poking fun at the Kinect, but then they're getting excited about Project Morpheus, which virtual reality right now is still a big gimmick. Project Morpheus, Oculus. So, Sony comes in here and they pull a quote-unquote Microsoft and they talk about their camera and Project Morpheus, but they don't really show anything for it. And they go on to show mostly trailers. So I don't know, was this a video game conference or was this a freaking movie conference? Because it was a lot of movies to me. It could be wrong, but it looked like a lot of movies to me. I mean, it showed powers, and it was like, what am I looking at? Is it a cartoon? Is it a movie? What? Is it a game? Interactive story? Tell me. I couldn't even follow what they were saying because they have these monkeys in suits coming out and talking, and you had the guy with the hands and the shifty eyes and the douchey haircut and the French cuffs, and it was just such a freaking circus. And I understand these press conferences are, again, they're for the suits and the journalists mainly, but Microsoft was much more fun. They actually showed more gameplay, and Nintendo was just amazing. It was just a fun press conference to enjoy, and I don't know. It just cracks me up because Sony did everything wrong this E3. They did worse things than Microsoft did, and including some of the things Microsoft did before. But the same fanboys that made fun of Microsoft for doing those same things applauded Sony. Like, okay, whatever. Anyway, calming down. Let me know what you think about E3. Leave a voicemail, 206-415-4987. Again, the voicemail hotline for the Geeky Antics Network is 206-415-4987. And, I'm trying to calm down because, I just hate hypocrisy. It's alright to be a fanboy, be passionate, that's cool, but be realistic too and be honest with yourself. But people are delusional, and it's alright. Ignorance is bliss. But anywho, I was most excited about all the indie games they showed. They showed a few PC games, and that got me excited. Sad that they didn't show more love to the PC game sector, whatever you want to call it. They did finally show off. Blue's being crazy. Blue's my kitten, by the way. The rescue, sweet thing, and now she's super energetic and boring. But they showed off the Alienware Steam machine. Now Alienware I think is pretty overrated. But $549.99, basically $550 plus tax. You get a very nice computer that you can use in your living room. It's got tons of different hookups. I think you can stream directly from it. No problem. It's built up to do that. It has built-in support for Xbox 360 controllers and Xbox One controllers. Come with that Xbox 360 controller on a bunch of cables and everything and everything, and highly customizable. Has customizable LEDs. Really sexy system. It's basically it's a gaming console, but PC version. They are committed to. I already know. Some people are saying Steam Machine, Steam OS. It's not gonna work, but it already is, because all it is making the Steam library accessible in the living room. So it's going to work. It can't fail. They have tons of third-party support, and you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna create competition, because Alienware has made it clear this is a fully customizable system. People could upgrade it themselves. We expect people to do that, and we'll give them options to do, or they could put their own parts in there if they want. Boom. Modular, upgradable, flexible, open. Awesome. The gaming consoles, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they're going to have to make their systems more open. Because if they don't, they're going to fall behind. And a lot of people feel like, a lot of people that are really taking off the, kaleidoscope goggles are seeing that this is a very bleak time for video game consoles, because they're trying so hard to give us this whole thing about all-in-one entertainment. They're focusing so much more on movies and shows and music. All this other stuff is not video game related, and instead of enhancing the gaming experience, there's all this value added stuff in there, just because they're realizing that the games themselves are not enough. The stuff they've done to improve the games is not enough. It's just a slight facelift, but the core experience, the mechanics, they haven't been refreshed. The online features, so many things they could do, social media integration. That's even Twitch. They can make that such a better thing the way they roll that out. But I don't know. I'm excited about the Steam Machine. I think it's gonna make things a lot more interesting. Blue, will you stop? Hello. My dogs are barking, and everybody's being loud. Of course, it always never fails. I can never go through the blog without some kind of interruption. But we're wrapping up though. But anywho, she just wants attention. But anyway, I'm gonna go off the rant, because I would like to hear what you guys think about E3. What do you enjoy? There were some games I was very interested in. I'll even give props to Sony. No Man's Sky looks very good. I like those kind of exploration-based, procedurally generated games like Minecraft and Starbound and all that good stuff. So super stoked about that. It's not going to be exclusive for long. Trust me on this. Microsoft might end up having more exclusives than anything else, but I don't think any of the consoles are really gonna have exclusives, except for Nintendo, because they hoard their first-party stuff for now. Project Spark, I like the idea of it being able to make a game within the game. Tons of cool stuff there. Oh, Kitty heard her toy. And hi. I'm doing a video right now, so you could go play with Blue, okay? But let me finish this video. Close the door. Okay. Just stay right there and play with her with the toy. She loves the cat. But anywho, Project Spark looked great. Evolve. Again, I've seen a lot of these games before, but it's cool to see them brought to the console. So Evolve is cool, even though I've played it before, kind of, pretty much. What else was there? Inside looks great. Inside looks really great, and I'm doing the video right now, honey. You gotta be quiet. Okay, cool, baby. Yes. She really wants women. All ages, they want attention. But inside looked really like it gave me chills. Like I'm very curious to see what is it that they're looking at. Is it robot invasion, aliens, what? And black and white Limbo style. I mean, same people that did Limbo. That whole black and white style. It's very highly stylized. Very cool. I'm very curious about that. But anyway, the last thing I want to say before I sign off of here, before it gets any crazier, is I'm working on the beta site for Geeky Antics. It's now at geekyantics.com. You can go there and check it out. But the live site, the main site right now, is still geekyantics.net. Hopefully, I can make transition to the Geeky Antics, the new site, and there'll be both sites, geekyantics.com and geekyantics.net will be the same. But the beta site right now, if you're listening to this in time, happy Father's Day, by the way, guys. See what I gotta deal with. Being a father ain't easy. When a grandfather either. Okay, be careful. You can't keep crap. You're gonna hurt him. That's his nose. Yeah. So yeah, beta site. If you want to check it out, geekyantics.com. You can get a preview. I gotta get out of here. But anyway, guys, happy Father's Day. I'll be back later. It's crazy right now, and it's hot in here for whatever reason. Central air is not working properly, so that's fun. So anyway, I'm heading out. Geekyantics.com. Check out the beta site, and geekyantics.net. That's the main site. I'm out, guys. For reals. For reals. Thanks for tuning in. This is Yogizilla, and I'm out. Peace.